Welcome back to our witchy little corner of the internet. So today we're going to start talking about the ancestral soul. And as always, these are my perspectives and beliefs. The idea and theories behind the ancestral soul is interesting to say the least. It breaks down the self into two overarching sides, the ancestral soul and the self soul. Both may contain smaller aspects when broken down, such as specific ancestors, personality, knowledge, culture, and so forth. But we are just going to be talking about the large containers of the ancestral soul and self soul, with a focus on the ancestral soul. There are many ways to view these two halves that make our complete soul. The easiest starting place would be subconscious as your ancestral, and your conscious mind as yourself. Coming from a background of health and science, this is how it's easiest for me to see it. You may choose something different. When we take shape in astral form, it is our self-soul we are working with. It is the version of our personal or self-soul we are using. When this body dies, our self-soul lives on more of that astral ghost-like form. I tend to view it more like a hologram. It contains all the knowledge and experience of this particular life. It is what mediums and others connect to when directly communicating with the dead, at least I think. It is what resides in whatever afterlife you choose to believe in. The big difference is, I do not believe it grows beyond what is at our death. It is static in that way. The ancestral soul is what lives beyond this life, continuing to grow and learn. It is passed down in your bloodline, going from one person to the next. I do believe there is a break between death and rebirth, where we reside in the well of destiny, or however you want to view that space. Processing and blending this life into the larger pattern of the ancestral soul. How much time I have no idea, and may vary depending on the person. The ancestral soul carries all the knowledge, wisdom, experiences, and memories of those who it has been a part of. This could explain things such as natural talents, remembering past lives, reincarnation. Those come from the ancestral soul and bleed through in a subconscious way until we connect to it on a conscious level. As it is passed down, each person contributes to its growth with their own lives, experiences, knowledge, memories, emotions. With each life, the ancestral soul grows and evolves. It will not incorporate all of your ancestors, as this soul is with us from beginning to the end of this life. And as I said before, I believe there is a period of time between death and rebirth. Although we can connect to any ancestral spirit, their self-soul, the connection between you and the ancestors who make up your ancestral soul is very different. They are a part of you, connected to you, influenced by you, as you influence them. They are living, growing souls. So your experiences, connection, and abilities with them are going to be experienced in a very different way. The ancestors who are part of your ancestral soul are your biggest protectors, guides, cheerleaders, and source of knowledge because they have a direct vested interest in you. You are contributing to the larger pattern and one of them. By recognizing and connecting those particular ancestors, you can increase your personal power and success. The most common question I get is, how do you know which ancestors make up this soul aspect? This is a very difficult one because it requires two things, in my opinion: knowing your bloodlines through genealogy and turning inward. Even then, you may not find all of them. By knowing who your people were, their stories, if you can, how they move from place to place, the history of the times they lived in, cultures they were a part of. It gives you a blueprint of what lives within you. It does not include all of them, but it does give you a base idea of what they may have faced, what surrounded them, and so forth. It may give you insight as to why you are drawn to certain places, culture, arts, and even natural talents you may possess. In my experience, certain ones will stand out to you, a feeling about them that draws your attention and emotions, almost like a scratching in the back of your head. When this happens, I think they are much more likely to be a part of your ancestral soul. Turning inward. This concept is used in many ways, in many cultures and practices. It does require a deep dive into yourself, listening and paying attention to what is shown to you. This can be meditation, dreams, trance work, divination, astral travel, the voices within you, what draws to you in your physical life. By being observant, listening, we allow those ancestors to communicate with us. The deeper you go, the clearer it becomes. Some may be very prominent compared to others, and this may have to do with the challenges and growth you are undertaking in this life. Some may be more present at certain times for this reason as well. It is in the best interest of the ancestral soul to guide you along your path, helping you as you go. They will be more protective of you because your survival is tied to them. You are contributing to them, their knowledge, their experience, their connections to this physical world. It is in their benefit as much as it is in yours. Through these understandings and practices, you build a different kind of power, one that stretches through time and carries forward. These bonds they made in their lives, to people, to places, to deity, and so forth, become bonds you can also tap into more easily. You may still need to build them up to strengthen them, but the initial connections will be easier because a bond is already there. There are many ways people see the soul, both scientifically and spiritually. My understanding comes from listening to the perspectives of others, searching my own feelings and thoughts, and turning inward to discover what is hidden. Other perspectives give us a broad view of concepts. Then you have to decide what feels true to you, what is logical to you, and experiment with it to see if it holds true. This process is used for just about every aspect of life, practice, and spirituality, because our personal perspectives and beliefs are built upon our own experiences, thoughts, and exposures. It also changes as we grow and learn more throughout our lifetime. This is a time of year to connect to our ancestors, those who came before us. It is a perfect time to start connecting to our ancestral soul on a conscious level. There is a spell, and I'm going to link it. You'll see it pop up somewhere around here, for a specific ritual that you can do to help kickstart you on connecting with your ancestral soul. As always, it is your path. You are creating it. Live it.